What's the first game that comes to mind when I say rhythm-based game? Dance Dance Revolution? Or Guitar Hero, Rock Band, something like that? Those are a little older, so what about something more recent like Beat Saber, Friday Night Funkin', or maybe a more action-based rhythm game like Metal, Hellsinger, or Hi-Fi Rush? All good choices, all really good games. But what about the original? I'm talking about the OG, the first of its kind, which I'm always hesitant to say because when you make statements like that, someone's gonna come in and be like, well, there was a game on the NES called Dance Aerobics that was actually the first rhythm-based game. And it's like, yeah, okay, Dance Aerobics is technically, but the bones of this game can be seen in all the games I mentioned earlier, not Dance Aerobics. Look at this. This is barely a game. Look at that dry ass ponytail. Ain't nobody checking for Dance Aerobics. I'm going a little too hard on Dance Aerobics. Whatever, let's get into the original rhythm-based game. Let's talk about PaRappa the Rapper. No, that's a little too menacing. This game isn't really that grim. Let's try something else. PaRappa the Rapper. Oh my god, that was awful. This game's development starts out a little weird. Masaya Matsuda, the designer of the game, wasn't really a game designer. His career starts in the music industry where he was one half of a pop rock duo named Size. Size? I hope I'm getting that right. Matsuda composed and arranged the music and Shaka handled the vocals. They were very successful, but there was one problem. See, this was the mid-80s and the advent of the music video changed how music was consumed. It wasn't just audio anymore, there was a visual component to it now, and Matsuda was not interested in that part. I just could not see myself appearing in videos. While it was nice to have others enjoy listening and seeing my songs, I recall myself just feeling out of place when it came to appearing in videos. I had made music on computers as well, so it was fun doing collaborations where I create music and others create the CG. So with that, we entered into the 90s, when these new themes of multimedia and interactive software came about. I thought to myself, this is it. With this, I can avoid having to be in music videos. So that was it. This man changed his whole career because he didn't want to be in music videos. Which, I mean, I get it. There's a reason I'm a disembodied voice and not some guy sitting in front of a camera telling you all this stuff. In 1994, Matsuda began working on the game after the announcement of the PlayStation 1. When he started experimenting with the idea of the game being based around music, he felt that rap was the most interesting choice. I had already decided to use rap. Sampling technology itself was from the 80s, but the most interesting thing about sampling was people's voices. I remember having the idea about wanting to create a music game using voices. The thing with rap is, no matter where a piece goes musically, the rapping element can ride on top of that, freely, unrestricted, in a good sense and in a bad sense. It's a genre with a high degree of interactivity. Perhaps another reason for my attraction to rap, and a very big one, is that I can't rap in English at all. I guess I had kind of a subtle mental complex about it, which made it all the more fascinating to me. And that's where Ryu Watabe came in. Watabe was born in Japan but was raised in America, so he was fluent in both English and Japanese. So Matsuda and Gappen Ito, who was a scenario writer for the game, would come up with story ideas, dialogue, and lyrics for a stage in Japanese, and Watabe would translate this into English and start acting and rapping those scenarios on the fly. He also came up with PaRappa's catchphrase.
Yeah, I know. I gotta believe!
Now, while all this was going on, Rodney Allen Greenblatt was hired to be the visual designer for the game, which Greenblatt said was quite easy because Matsuda had everything planned out, down to the 2D paper design, so they needed Greenblatt to give all of this a face, essentially. PaRappa was the first character he designed. Greenblatt drew up a few concepts like a Foxy PaRappa, Clam PaRappa, and PaRappaZilla before landing on the dog. Further refinements to that gave us the design we now know and love. Some characters like Sunny, Katie, and PJ were characters Greenblatt had already created prior that the team loved and wanted to add to the game. Wait, who? I don't know who that is. Some of the early test footage of the game includes these characters and a placeholder for PaRappa before his design was finalized, all being voiced by Watabe.
Rocky Mountain with extra marshmallow and a cherry on top, please.
As the release of the game neared, the marketing team at Sony were having a hard time figuring out how they were going to market the game. which is so wild to think about because now it's, super easy to market a rhythm game because there's so much variety in the genre. Like, this is a rhythm game similar to Thumper, or this is a rhythm game similar to Melody of Memory. They didn't have that back then, so they had to invent a new way to showcase the game. This was the first of its kind. There was nothing to compare it to. Will you please go the fuck away? Also, the commercials for the North American launch are on some other shit.
Ribbit, ribbit, I cannot hold it. The last little toilet, already sold it. Ribbit, ribbit, in the rain or in the snow, I got the funky flow, but now I really gotta go.
I beg your pardon?
The game was released in Japan on December 6th, 1996, and in North America less than a year later on November 17th, 1997, to universal acclaim. It was a hit. People loved it. The only real complaint was that the game was just too short. Gameplay is pretty simple to grasp, but extremely difficult to master. Your goal is to simply emulate what your teacher is reciting.
Now kick, punch.
When and what button you need to press will be indicated on this bar at the top of the screen. It's basically Simon Says, but with an added layer of rhythm, so you gotta be on beat. There's a U-Rapid meter on the right side to show you how well you're doing, and a score on the left to show you how many points you're gaining. You start out on good on the U-Rapping meter. You do good, and you'll stay on good. Mess up a little on your timing, the rank below it will flash. Mess up again, and you'll drop to that rank. Not only that, but the music and the scenery will change when you start to do bad. It'll start falling apart and shit, the instructor will get all annoyed and start to brush you off. Really fucks with your emotions. If you're on awful and you mess up twice in a row, you'll fail and have to start over.
Again.
What?
Also, if the song ends and you don't have a good rank, you'll fail as well. Luckily, the songs aren't too long, so starting over isn't the end of the world, but it doesn't feel great. All this sounds simple enough, but here's where things get messy. Sometimes gameplay feels like it doesn't work. Like, you'll feel like you hit the timing right, but you'll still lose points in your ranking. It feels like there's some input lag, and it's not a lot, but it's a rhythm game. It doesn't take much to throw everything off. There's a sweet spot to this game that you'll get into that feels just right. You'll start feeling the beats, you'll hit the commands on time and gain points, and everything feels like it works. But you'll repeat that same timing on the next bar and it'll miss, and that bat'll start flashing, and you'll start to panic a little, then you'll miss again and land in bad, and you'll start losing all your points, and the stage will start to fall apart, and the teacher hates you now, and you fail.
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Things will start coming together. Eventually you'll figure out what the game wants, but it feels like you're doing the opposite of what it's telling you to do. I love this game. I love it so much, but it definitely frustrates the dog shit out of me. Also, this game is short, like 45 minutes to an hour short. But once you've completed all the stages, you can run through them again, this time having access to the cool status on the U-Rapping meter. It only unlocks after you've cleared that stage. Now, getting cool is a little tricky. What you gotta do to get it is, I have no fucking idea. Hit it early, hit it late. I know freestyling will get you there, but that's all the concrete proof I got. I do not have an answer for this one. If you do manage to hit it, the instructor will leave you alone to freestyle for the rest of the song.
You're so good. I'm gonna lose money with students like you.
And it's really cool. You can push buttons in whatever order you want to and essentially make your own song, but you still gotta stay on beat. Fuck around and miss the mark and you'll drop back to good status and the stage will resume like normal.
Hey, your spot. Wanna try super peanut school?
Also, the cutscenes at the end of the stage change if you beat it in the cool status. If you manage to finish in the cool status on all the stages, you'll unlock a secret stage called KT and the Sunny Funny Band. Let's take a look real quick. What the hell is this? It's just Katie and Sunny surrounded by a group of people and they're just dancing? You can change their clothes and move the camera around, but like that's it. I don't want to see this anymore. Get this shit out of here. This feels weird. Let's get into the story. The story begins with the gang watching a movie called Jet Baby. It's about a baby with jet boots saving the day. And she's got this really dope theme song.
When Jet Baby flies, she flies up there forever.
All the music in this game is good. I mean, go figure. The game was made by a well-known, well-respected, and very successful musician. Of course the music's gonna be good. It's got like a surf rock vibe to it, kind of. Also, the person singing the song, Rodney Greenblatt, which is super fun. After the movie's over, they head across the street to Chunky Burger where we're introduced to the characters proper. We got PJ Barry, he's a bear, and a local DJ. Next we got Katie Cat, she's a cat, and 1/3 of a local rock band called Milk Can. Next we got Sunny Funny, she's a flower, and the love interest of our main protagonist. Last but not least, we got PaRappa The Rapper. He's a dog, he's a rapper, he's infatuated with Sunny, and a water resident broke boy apparently. As the gang sit down to eat, the ops pull up on him and try to bully Sunny into coming with them. You better do something, PaRappa. You better throw your water on him, broke boy. He ain't gotta worry about it, cause Joe Chin, voiced by Watabe, shows up to save the day.
Because Joe Chin is here.
Hey, it's Joe.
He don't really like fight him or anything, he just kinda like talks him into submission, but this gives PaRappa the push to want to be a hero too. So he heads to the Fruits Dojo and we meet our first teacher, Chop Chop Master Onion.
Welcome to the Fruits Dojo. I trust that you are here to redeem yourself and to acquire skills that are necessary for your goals.
I think Chop Chop's design and this song, besides PaRappa, are the most recognizable things from this game.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you wanna test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I'll teach ya. Be sure to beat ya. Nevertheless, you'll get a lesson from teacher. Now kick.
People who don't really remember this game usually remember the Onion teacher rapping chops and kicks at you. He's also voiced by Watabe as well. Alright, it's the first stage. This one's pretty easy. I mean, the commands are simple enough and the rhythm's easy to follow, but it can slip away from you at any moment. This stage will always hold a special place in my heart because when I was younger, I had a demo disc with this game on it. And it was only this stage, but I played the fuck out of it. So this bitch is seared into my mind. And it always takes me back to my childhood, so.
That's it for today. Good job, PaRappa. You can go on to the next stage now.
Yahoo! All right.
Congratulations, and prepare to never see PaRappa use anything he learned here for the rest of the game. He doesn't go off and start fighting bullies or anything. This isn't like some MCU origin story, but better to have it not needed, I guess? This one starts with everyone enjoying an afternoon at Fat Donut, trying to figure out what to do. PaRappa suggests they go to the beach, but they don't have a car, which, you know, is understandable, but nobody's got a license either? Damn, y'all gotta get it together. Wait, what's that coming down the road?
That's the new Super Stretch Limo 900.
Yeah, the maximum speed is tuned up to 463,200.
What'd he say?
Hi.
Of course, it's Joe Chin's goofy ass. He offers to give the ladies a ride to the beach, but of course they ain't leaving if the homies can't come. Joe says they can, but they gotta sit all the way in the back.
Everybody, hold on.
What the hell? Was that on purpose?
What I just hit, was that a person? Is that pain or blood? .com, this did not happen. We take this to our grave.
Was he trying to kill PaRappa and PJ? Why are the exhaust pipes placed here? Joe Chin is trying to kill them for real. The concussion and the carbon monoxide poisoning got PaRappa hallucinating him and Sunny in a flying car. He definitely needs to go to a doctor.
Yeah, I know. I gotta believe.
But no, instead he wants to get his license. Enter the next teacher, Instructor Mussolini. Mussolini? Not sure if naming your character after a fascist dictator is the best move, but I mean, you gotta commit to that pun name, I guess.
If you think you can handle it, try this rap.
This song is real upbeat, real fun piano riff that's super infectious. Another fire-ass song.
All right, we're here, just sitting in the car. I want you to show me if you can get far.
But Mussolini, kind of a shitty teacher. She doesn't really teach him much. She teaches him how to turn left and right, how to hit the gas, brake, which is all important, but like no checking the mirrors, how to use turn signals. They're not even wearing seatbelts, and she can't even close her door.
I forgot to close the door.
This stage is a little bit more difficult than the last one, but nothing too crazy, but you should be starting to feel that pressure. Past this one and PaRappa gets his license.
That's because you just got your license.
Yes!
PaRappa! Hey, PaRappa! Where are you going with my car? You've only had that license 10 minutes!
Now that PaRappa has his license, he immediately takes off in his dad's car to scoop the homies up.
Hi.
It's time to ride, baby. Wait, what the hell is he doing?
Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
You know, this is really a lot of fun. Wouldn't it be nice if we could keep driving and go someplace far, far away?
Why are you daydreaming behind the wheel about Sunny while she's in the car with you? Like, what are you doing? Save that shit for when you're at home alone in bed falling asleep like a normal person. Of course he gets into a wreck and totals his dad's car. So in order to get the money to get another one, he decides to work at a flea market. Huh? Ran by a Jamaican frog named Prince Flea Swallow.
So if you want to sell goods here, come stand next to me. Follow me around.
You know, somehow in this universe, this shit just makes perfect sense.
I'm working in the flea market so early. I've been working here since my mama was a baby.
For this one, the tempo is slow, the bass is chill, and it's got a laid-back vibe, but the rap is packed with syllables. So be ready to hit them buttons.
I can sell a bottle cap like this.
I will try to sell a cap like this.
I can sell a bottle cap like this.
I will try to sell a cap like this.
This is probably my second favorite song in the game. You know, Prince Flea Swallow lit. I fucks with Flea Swallow.
Your probably gonna be very proud of you. Let me know if you have another flea market. I will help you, or you will help me.
You got that right, teacher. Thanks a lot.
Passing means PaRappa makes enough money to replace his dad's car in one day, selling bottle caps and taxidermy skunks. Man, them 90s prices was something else. This one starts with the gang minus Sunny at Fat Donut. Well, I mean, it's Flat Donut now because it's still messed up from when Joe Chen plowed through it. Sunny's birthday's coming up and each of the gang have a job to do. Katie's gonna plan the party, PJ's covering the gifts, and it's PaRappa's job to get the cake. He heads to the cake store and gets this very fitting Daisy-themed cake. You know, it's not too crazy, but it's cute. She gonna love that. As he heads out, he runs into Joe Chen, who immediately stunts on him with a 42-layer cake.
You want to see the cake that I got for Sunny? Look. The first floor represents the foundation of Sunny and I. A long relationship between a boy and a girl all depends on the foundation, you know. The second floor represents beauty. Being beautiful as she is, Sunny deserves all the rights to the word beauty. The 40th floor represents the obstacles that we must face. The 40th floor represents the obstacles that we must face. And the 41st floor is just to keep our awesome relationship. The 42nd floor represents all the sights and sounds that Sunny and I will be experiencing in our glorious future.
Stun it on right there.
As he's leaving, he bumps PaRappa, which makes him drop the cake. You know, Joe Chen is, what's that word I'm looking for?
He's an asshole.
There it is. With no money, PaRappa decides to make a birthday cake for Sunny, following along to a cooking show run by the next instructor.
Welcome to Cheap Cheap, the cooking chicken show.
See, it's some wordplay because it's like cheap cheap, like she a chicken, like cheap cheap, but it's also like she cheap, C-H-E-A-P, you know what I mean? It's a double entendre. This shit got layers.
Every single day, stress comes in every way. I ain't got no time for nobody. My style is rich, dope, fat, and rich. We'll make a cake today that looks rich.
This is my favorite song. You know, Chop Chop, that shit will always hold a place in my heart, but it's on a pedestal. It's on some other shit. This one is my actual favorite. I love the saxophone. I love the scratching. That's my jam. I also think that this is one of the hardest songs too. Her flow is very tight and it hits at very precise moments, but hitting that timing again just feels completely off. I like when you start to fail, Cheap Cheap actually comes out the TV and starts yelling at you, like yelling at you. Everyone else kind of brushes you off when you start slipping, but Cheap Cheap gets all up in your shit.
All we gotta do is apply the final touches. this.
Take out the shrimp, the clam, and the perches.
Take out the shrimps, the clam, and the perches.
The perch goes.
Wait a minute. Is he putting shrimp in that cake? Oh, I guess it did say seafood cake. Whatever that is, shit nasty. Cake look good though. Looks good. Came out good.
Okay, that wasn't so hard, was it?
No problem. But how'd you get out the TV?
We pick up at Sonny's party where PaRappa's cake is a hit, I guess. I mean, he's the only one who's eating it. And he's eating like a lot of it. Like, slow down, bro. I know that cake filled with shrimps and clams is not that damn good. As things start to wind down, Katie pulls PJ away so Sonny and PaRappa can have some alone time and watch the sunset together. Uh-oh. Looks like PaRappa's got the bubble guts. That's what you get for eating that dirty seafood cake. Sonny seems to be weirdly into it though.
Wow, PaRappa looks so manly today. I've never seen him look this way before.
On the way to drop Sonny off, PaRappa sees that the gas tank is on E, which kinda works out because now he's got a reason to stop at a gas station to take that shit. But when he gets to the restroom, not only is there a line...
Excuse me, this is an emergency. I need to go right now.
So do we! But it's full of all the previous teachers. Yeah, that's right. It's a gauntlet. PaRappa's gotta rap his way through all the previous instructors so he can take his shit. You know, like normal.
I need to go just as bad as you. What I had this morning, I don't even wanna say to you.
This song's real cool. It's dour, so it really adds to like the urgency of the situation. It's also another tough one. Each teacher's rap plays out similar to when you first battle them, so it gets harder as you move forward. I like how it starts to rain when you do bad. I don't know, I just like it. I like the rain. It's cozy, even though, you know, you gotta take a shit, but whatever. If you manage to make it through, you can finally, you know, take a shit. It happens.
It's all yours.
Ah, this is life.
When PaRappa returns to the car, Sonny seems a little sad that gotta take a shit PaRappa is gone.
He's the same old PaRappa again. Oh well.
You weird, Sonny. This one begins with PaRappa's dad handing him an invitation to Club Fun. Of course, the first person he thinks to invite is Sonny. That boy got it bad. He goes to pick her up but is met by her dad at the door, which this concept art shows that maybe he was going to be a master in a level, maybe winning his approval so you can take Sonny out, but whatever, PaRappa hands him a flower and it's all good. The two head to the club where Katie meets him at the entrance. Oh shit, it's lit in here. Everybody getting busy on the dance floor, PJ's on the ones and twos. But during all this, PaRappa and Sonny get separated and PaRappa somehow ends up on stage with King Kong Mushi to get low on everybody.
Check this out, it's party time in the house. Everybody, I'm wondering how you're feeling out there. You feeling good? We're gonna put on a show out there for everybody. Check this out. Somebody say ho, ho. Say ho, 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 ho. Say ho, 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 ho.
This is one of those feel-good 90s hip-hop party songs. Like, you throw this on at a party and everybody knows the lyrics and they start singing along with it. That's what it feels like. All the teachers are here and Sonny and Katie are front row and center to cheer you on. This stage isn't really hard. It kind of feels more like a victory lap. The icing on a seafood cake, if you will. It's a banger. The story ends with the gang heading into a theater to watch a movie, but like, as soon as they sit down, the movie ends? Ooh, okay. They just came to watch the credits? Also, there's an end credit scene like it's a Marvel movie hinting at PaRappa The Rapper too. During the development of this game, Matsuda had some doubts. He questioned if the game would sell good or not. Hell, he even questioned if what they were creating could even be considered a game. But what they made was an entirely new model that spawned a brand new genre. That's some crazy shit. There's something really nice about this game. Everything just fits together so well, from the characters to the art style, the music. Ugh, the music. It feels like a nice hug after a long day, or like
when a soldier comes home from war and sees his dog for the first time.
That shit don't make no damn sense. What am I talking about? This game's mechanics haven't aged that well, but everything else in the game still feels great. I recommend playing it for the music alone. And be ready to live with these songs for the rest of your life, because once you've heard them, they sticking with you forever. You gotta do what?
I gotta believe!
Yeah, I know you finished that. You don't gotta lie. I know you finished it. All right, it's over. Go play the game, have yourself a good ass time. Go away.